Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Beyond the Mat. Let's jump right into this. What separates you from the pack? This has to do with being an entrepreneur, with selling yourself, with creating value about yourself to be able to display why someone should choose you over the other person. And the best thing is to answer this question: how do you stand out from the pack? And I've been working in marketing long enough where I've been asked this question enough times to know that. So when someone says, how do you stand out of a crowd? Well, the answer is to stand out of the crowd. So you've got your crowd, and then you've got you over here. Like, what stands out the most? Oh, well, what's this guy doing? Like, yeah, there's a bunch of them. Oh, who cares? But there's this one over here. Like, what's this one all about? What's this one doing? Standing there, looking all cool by himself, with a little wiggly stem and little purple head. Well, these all have wiggly stems and purple heads too, but they're all clustered together. So like everyone just kind of like seems like look past them, even though upon closer inspection, oh, this one's taller and a little more hefty, has more petals on it. This one's got like a bunch of like green stuff at the end. So these are all individuals here, right? In today's day and age of wanting to be an individual, we've all got our weird, wacky outfits completely tailored to what we want. We've got our playlists tailored to what we want with our Spotify, which also recommends other shit that we're gonna like and that we're gonna want. From the foods that we eat, we've got each our own wacky diets that we're following that are just tailored for us. And so, you may think you're an individual, but really you're still falling into all these little patterns and all these little clusters of other individuals. So how do you really stand out? And again, it's to physically, literally just stand out of the crowd. When you see yourself in these groups and being put into these boxes, you've got to kind of remove yourself. And I mean, this depends on what your business is, on how you're going to remove yourself, and like what the things are that you're going to say. But just kind of keep that in mind, depending on what it is. Like if you're a carpenter, then maybe try and find something to embellish about yourself that none of the other carpenters are talking about or are willing to talk about. Like maybe you're a gay carpenter, so talk about that. Be like, I'm the gay carpenter. You know, anything unique about yourself that you can like embellish a little bit and kind of run with it. That is like your starting point on how to stand out. And another thing that comes to mind is the idea of this like lone wolf thing. Well, I'm just a lone wolf, like ooh, and that's kind of cool. And everybody thinks that wolves are like these spiritual creatures, and there's all this like ties with natives and everything, and living off the land and being spiritual, and that's cool and everything. But wolves still run in packs. There's still a leader. There's an alpha and a beta and all this other shit going on. But if you look back in time, and I mean, and all dogs too, all our dogs come from wolves. They've all been bred from the weakest wolf that was domesticated, that they would just keep crossbreeding with more weak wolves until you finally had something that you could like hold down and manage and control and form to your will. And that's where dogs all came from. And then just look at the weird shapes and sizes that we've done to them. It's total GMO engineering on humans' behalf that has been done to dogs from wolves. Now, when you go back in time, the whole time, way back in the day, when there was only wolves, at the same time, there was also the dingo. Dingoes are crazy. Dingoes are straight up nuts. Dingoes don't run in packs. Dingoes are loners. Dingoes stick by themselves. Maybe they'll have a mate that they'll like procreate with, but then they're out. And then even the mate will like raise the kids, and then they're out. That's it. There's none of this pack shit. There's no family shit. There's none of this like group mentality. None of this group thing going on. A dingo is just out for number one. Dingoes are like the real, true essence of what we think of when we think of that lone wolf. Oh. So if you think about a dingo in the sense that a dingo doesn't want anything from anyone. There's a wolf, you could put like a pork chop and dangle it on a string and get the wolf to come in, and you could catch the wolf in a cage. When you try and catch a dingo, you put the pork chop on the string and the dingo's just like, the fuck? Like, I get my own pork chops, motherfucker. Like, right over here, there's some pigs. I'm gonna go eat those pigs. I'm gonna eat the whole pig. I don't want your fucking pork chop. So keep that mentality in mind too. Maybe you don't want to be a lone wolf. Maybe you want to be the dingo. So in this world of lone wolves, be a dingo. That's it. Peace, love, and light. Namaste. And all that other good noise. I don't know what noise a dingo makes. That would be really cool to find out. Instead of this like howling, oh, well, I'll start making dingo noises. It's probably something crazy like coyote kind of yip, 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 yip kind of things. I'm going to find that out though, and I'm going to start doing that. And y'all start doing that too. Goodbye. Ding.